The reports and images that we've seen, collapsed hospitals, crumbled homes, and men and women carrying their injured neighbors through the streets, are truly heart-wrenching.
It has been a horrifying week here in Port-au-Prince, a week where the dead, the injured, and the homeless are sharing a city largely reduced to rubble. As the sun rose on Wednesday, the earthquake's impact could be seen not just in the city, but in surrounding neighborhoods. In the best of times, Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. 4 out of 5 people here live in poverty. With hospitals collapsed and no doctors or ambulances in the streets, people realized it was up to them. By nighttime, 24 hours after the quake, rescue squads were finally going into action. The only certainty was that they had an enormous job ahead. Correspondent Byron Pitts found a collapsed hospital with a staff of 1.
How are you supposed to take care of hundreds of people by yourself?
Well, that's what we're trying to do right now. I'm here, there, and everywhere. That's right.
By Friday, aerials of Port-au-Prince showed just how severe the devastation was. About 1/3 of its buildings had been damaged or destroyed.
There are just absolutely no building standards.
John Hassey is with the aid organization World Vision.
Buildings are built on top of buildings, and there are no standards, so it's just unreinforced concrete going up. I've heard it many times, buildings are what kill people, and there's just no, all the buildings are falling in.
As for the incoming, the stream of aid had become a flood. But the tarmac was turning into a traffic jam. So many planes and not enough room. The collapsed presidential palace became a symbol for the collapse of government authority. Given the aid logjam, some turned to looting. Mattresses became a most valuable commodity. With a massive outpouring of international support, why was it taking so long? Still, there was hope on the horizon. The U.S. aircraft carrier Carl Vinson began launching helicopters, bringing in precious supplies of water. But there was no way to get it to all of the people. What's your biggest challenge right now?
Our biggest challenge is being able to logistically distribute items in a secure manner.
Holly Inureta was organizing sacks of hygiene kits and food for Catholic Relief Services. Does the situation get worse before it gets better?
It does get worse because as aid is having trouble getting to the people get more anxious.
We went along as supplies were delivered to the home of Lily Drace, who had welcomed 230 families into her backyard.
I went and told them, listen, come. You have nowhere to go, you can come. And then I have all those people since then.
Finally, yesterday, the pace of relief picked up. Food and drink began to reach the desperate crowds of Port-au-Prince. U.S. Navy helicopters began making dozens of trips every hour to deliver water. What's the priority right now?
The priority, without question, is alleviating the suffering of the Haitian people who have suffered this incredible disaster. And right now, their biggest need is water.
In one neighborhood, water came by the tanker truckload. In another, UN workers handed out plates of food. Much needed relief, but the threat of chaos remains.